messes with your
Well, it's in
sense
your
of
hand, so it's just like, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, what video? Cornhole hands?
Are we on? Please say yes. Oh my gosh. No.
No.
No, it's a trick. It's a coin trick. We'll have Danny, I'll have Danny do it for you during one of the breaks. We have an in-studio guest today who's here with his family for a little behind-the-scenes tour of the station. And,
Does their daughter play field hockey?
He's really good at tricks, so he's got this really cool coin trick. So I want to have him do it for you guys during the first commercial break. And Lindsay will be the other side of it.
Can't wait. Does she play field hockey? The little one?
Oh, I should have brought that. I didn't know that was first. I thought the other story was first. Guess I should have brought it with me because I don't know if we're gonna have a prompter. Sorry. Do you play field hockey?
No.
No.
Okay, you look so familiar. I coach. I didn't know if maybe you played for the club that I coach for.
All right, here we go. Let's go. The high school football playoff game here on Friday night between Bonnie Eagle and South Portland. We'll have the story of why that game isn't going to happen.
And campaign signs, do they work and how much do they actually influence your vote?
We'll show you what it's like to be a certified search and rescue volunteer, how much ground they have to cover when searching for a missing person. This is News Center Now.
Investigators discovered new pipe bomb packages addressed to former Vice President Joe Biden and actor Robert De Niro, raising the number and the stakes in the search for the person or people targeting prominent Democrats and critics of President Trump. Hello, everybody. I'm Lee Goldberg.
And I'm Lindsay Mills. Authorities are concerned there are even more packages waiting to be found and someone could get hurt. And questions tonight about the ability of the U.S. Postal Service and private delivery companies to intercept explosives and other dangerous items. Today, investigators released more information about what was inside those packages, some kind of explosive powder and tiny pieces of glass to act as shrapnel. Yesterday, packages including those addressed to former President Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton contained pipe bombs. At least 7 packages were sent to multiple locations in New York and Washington, D.C. and Florida. And some were sent through the U.S. mail. None of the intercepted bombs detonated and no one was hurt.
I was wrong, and I am sorry.
NBC banning Megyn Kelly from live TV the rest of the week. Reruns of her show will air instead.
This after comments that she made on her show 2 days ago. During a discussion about Halloween costumes, Kelly wondered why it was inappropriate for white people to dress in blackface. The comment drew criticism from all angles, including her colleagues at NBC News. Kelly did apologize yesterday. Once a football powerhouse, and now they can't even field a team. This is the talk of the town in South Portland, and really in high school circles around the state. A program that has won 5 state titles, 4 in the 1990s, can put enough players on the field for Friday's scheduled playoff game with Bonnie Eagle.
I mean, honestly, Lee, it's hard for any athletic director to have to do this.
Todd Livingston, who went to South Portland High School, had to make a hard decision Thursday morning. Citing safety concerns due to injuries and a low number of healthy players, South Portland had chosen to not take part in its quarterfinal football game against Bonnie Eagle.
But today, just hearing it, you know, a lot of us, I was hoping that the kids, you know, we'd have some healthy kids and we'd be able to play. Nate Ellington is a junior lineman on the team. He took to social media Wednesday night when word got out that the final game of the year had likely been played. Like a part of me feels like I am letting down some South Portland people, residents. You know, it's not what we wanted as a team. You know, we definitely wanted to play, but it's a safety thing at this point.
It's really a sad thing for not only South Portland, but football in Maine.
Kevin Cooper's kids at Bonnie Eagle will now move directly into the regional semifinals to take on Scarborough next week. He's well aware of the rich football tradition that South Portland has, which makes this current day situation sobering.
I feel for the South Portland players. I hope they get back on their feet. Having South Portland as as a great football program is better for football in the state of Maine.
There is a long-standing tradition of football excellence here, and we'd like to get back there.
Something to note here, technically the school did not forfeit. There will be no sanctions or penalties. The MPA invites teams to take part in all of its postseason tournaments, and every school has the option to decline, which the Red Riots did in this case.
Well, this upcoming weather we have going on is going to make us all wish we were West Coast bound with the Red Sox. Is that right?
It is. It is. Bill and Jess over there, right?
Yeah.
On their way.
Yeah, their weather's pretty simple this time of the year. In the meantime, today, even with the sunshine, you only got into the 40s and stayed in the 30s in the mountains, and a good part of the reason for that is because of the snowpack on the ground from yesterday's storm, still pretty substantial. Temperatures falling off a cliff here right now, 27 in Rangeley, 39 in Wiscasset already, 39 in Bar Harbor. It's going to be a cold night. If anything, I'll undercut some of the lows I show you here in a second. Winds still gusty too, 30 to 35 miles an hour up towards Greenville, 25 miles an hour in Portland. So adding a bit of a wind chill factor to the air mass out there, the combination of the cold and the wind. All right, here's our next storm system that we're watching down to the south. This is going to be a nor'easter for us tomorrow. Of course, when you say nor'easter, people think immediately of a big snowstorm. This will have some snow for a lot of us, but the bigger factor with this storm is going to be the winds as it moves in tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. All right, here's your hour-by-hour forecast. Pretty quiet. I'm sorry, I skipped today. Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. Tomorrow actually looks pretty nice. It's going to be sunny through much of the day. Temperatures in the 40s will drop the wind, and then our storm system approaches on Saturday midday and into the afternoon, and again starts as snow in a lot of places. Guys, we'll talk about that. There is a rebound temperature-wise in the forecast. Lee, that's for you.
Okay. I will let you come back.
Okay.
Good. Only because there's a promise of good news. We have spent so much time on our show talking about this. Question 1, easily the most controversial question on the November ballot. Should you vote to fund home health care or not?
Many of you have asked what would actually happen if that referendum passes. How much would it cost you in taxes? Samantha York is breaking it down.
Question 1. Well, what is it? It would create a universal home care program, which would provide home-based assistance to people with disabilities and senior citizens, regardless of income. How would this happen? With a new 3.8% tax on individuals and families with an annual income of $128,400 or higher. But even if enough Mainers vote yes, there's no guarantee the bill will stay as is. Here's what happens next. The bill goes to the legislature, where lawmakers could pass it, make changes, or even postpone it. And if there are any questions regarding the language and taxes, it might have to go before a judge for clarity. To find out how much you or your family might be shelling out in costs, you can use this calculator on the Maine Small Business website. Just type in your estimated annual income and hit enter.
And now you've been outside lately, you've probably seen these campaign signs galore. They're everywhere. And guess what? There's a new stake in the ground, pun intended, with negative signs.
So are negative signs effective though? Sam York, she's back. You've been asking people this all day long. Does this stuff work?
Yeah, guys, and I want to keep hearing from you at home. So vote right now on our Pulse poll. How much do campaign signs influence how you cast your vote during elections? Go to the Pulse section of our app or go to pulse.newscentermaine.com to let us know. So, do they work? Here's what you've had to say so far and why those anti-campaign signs can actually make a big difference. Election season is upon us, and so are the candidates for governor, state reps, negative campaign signs, you name it. But is this tradition a political tool or a problematic eyesore? Shirley says, I think it's a waste of money. The flyers sent home do a better job. Tina says, no influence on my vote. They are a hazard in the wrong place, and it's hard to see past them for traffic. Eugene says they're a waste. Too many, so I ignore them. However, you also have people like Bruce Ashmore, who led the grassroots No on 3 campaign back in 2016.
Those of us that were actually running it, we'd never done a campaign before.
The group opposed the want to heighten background checks on gun sales in Maine. Their opposing campaign signs and brochures were what helped get people's attention and spread their message.
If we got the attention of a national campaign, and they're worried about us, that means we're doing something right.
Ashmore says while many people might look past them, campaign signs are a tool that encourage people to do their homework, and in his case, help them win.
What we did is having a lasting effect, and I think it's improved people wanting to go out and get more information here in the state of Maine before they make their decision.
All right, so just a reminder, you can download our mobile app, and once you get the app, just hit the polls tab and pick your side for our poll here. Where are we at? Okay, so only 3%, quite a bit, 94%, not much, none at all, and then 3% depends on the issue. So, I mean, one of the big reasons we wanted to do this today was because we were talking about all the negative ads that we're seeing out there right now. I mean, and there were even signs, you know, for Angus King. I saw one ad for Janet Mills saying that she's the best double dipper. Paula Quinn, Golden, going after each other.
Negative TV ads, I think we're used to. Negative signs is different. Like, that's like
definitely.
next level of negativity right there. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This here is all positive. The Red Sox on their way to Hollywood after taking the first 2 games of the World Series against the Dodgers. My prediction, and this is just on a personal preference, having seen the Red Sox win 2 World Series on the road and 1 at home, it's so much better when they're home. So I hope they get to come back to Fenway Park just to win it there for Jess and Bill's sake, so they get to see it.
That would mean they have to lose tonight?
No, they have to lose 2 out in Los Angeles. So they don't play tonight. So, but,
that's right.
So I don't know that it's going to happen. I would like them to experience a win at Fenway. It's better than a win on the road. So that's what I think. But they're going to win either way.
I'm going to go with that. You're the expert here. And guess what? Jess and Bill are Hollywood bound too. Take a look.
As you are watching this, Bill Green and I are in the air on the way to Hollywood. We're covering the Red Sox in Game 3, Game 4, and Game 5, if necessary, out in LA. And we're documenting our travels using the hashtag RedSoxME. So follow along and send us your photos. Show us how you are celebrating the Red Sox. We'll check back in when we land. In Portland for now, I'm Jessica Gagne, News Center, Maine.
And Game 3 out in LA tomorrow night, 8:07 first pitch.
The Mothers Matter stories have gotten a lot of you at home talking about the topic this week. Today's stories talks about preventative measures that can be taken to avoid tragedy when a child is born. Also ahead.
When someone gets lost in Maine's woods, these are the people that get called. We'll tell you why game wardens rely on search and rescue volunteers.
All right, where's Dan? Dan the man, come on over. You have a coin? We all do the coin trick with Lindsay. You've done it with me, and I want her to experience this. This is Dan, everybody. Say hi to Dan Conliff. Come on up. Oh, yeah, you're up. So here, step right over here.
All right.
And can we do this in 1 minute or less?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, Mexican centavo and US half dollar.
Okay.
So what I need to do is open your hand. I'm going to slide the Mexican centavo under the half dollar.
Okay.
Put in your hand. I don't have anything. Close your hand up really tight. Put your hands behind your back. 1 coin in each hand.
Okay, 1 coin in each hand.
Separate them.
Okay.
Now put them like this.
Okay.
And you can feel 1 coin's bigger than the other. That's a half dollar. Flip it over and open it. Don't open the big one first. Open the big one first.
Open the big one first?
Big one first. That's half dollar. This one we're going to change in your hand, okay? It was a copper Mexican coin. We're going to make it to a U.S. coin. Quarter, dime, or nickel. Pick a coin.
Dime.
Dime. We left nickel and quarter left.
Quarter.
Quarter. So out of the last 2, you can pick the quarter. We're going to change it into a quarter. Open your hand.
There it is. Dan Cunliffe, everyone.
How did you
do
do
a hotel lobby near you.
That is so cool.
Isn't that the best?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is awesome. Have you seen the Netflix series Magic for Humans?
No, I haven't seen that.
You gotta watch it. It's good.
Can we get the Denzel trick? Is that a quick one?
I'll do that.
Right. He did a trick for Denzel Washington, the actual Denzel Washington. So we'll do that for you next Facebook.
That is so awesome. Wait, we have a package right out of this break.
Yeah, but we are on. He said we're in the newsroom.
Oh, we are in the newsroom.
Yeah.
It's Mothers Matter first.
Yeah. How about that, right? Entertainment, kids. Commercial breaks only for you on Facebook. People at home don't get to see that. Director's cut. Isn't that crazy?
That is so crazy.
Oh, Isaac, you're no fun.
How does he do that?
I don't know. I was hoping to catch something this time now that he did it to you, because he did it to me and I couldn't. I have no idea.
What coin did you say at the end?
I don't know.
Did you say dime or something?
Quarter, I don't know. I don't know.
That was craziness.
Stand by. Here we go. You've been talking all week about our Mothers Matter stories. Did you know that in the United States, the only developed nation in the world now where moms are increasingly dying from childbirth? That is unbelievable to me.
And today our story talks about the solutions that are available.
Mothers are dying from childbirth. It's getting worse in the United States while it gets better in other countries. American black women are 3 to 4 times more at risk. But what can you do about it? Turns out, a lot. There are 3 things that will help all new moms. Number 1, make sure your hospital is prepared for the unexpected.
We know that there are things that we can fix in terms of providing care.
Innovative approaches to help new moms are saving lives. Some delivery rooms are equipped with special crash carts loaded with all the tools doctors need during an emergency. But not all hospitals will have these life-saving protocols.
Don't assume that just because you're being treated in a hospital that you're getting the best care you could or that you're getting unbiased care.
Number 2, speak up. There's proof it can save your life.
If you feel or think that something is not right, don't let off of it.
Number 3, moms-to-be can get proactive with their health. Control the things you can. Here's a checklist from a doctor.
Go to all your prenatal visits, get your flu shots, take your medications, get your appointments and ultrasounds as you're supposed to, get your genetic and prenatal testing.
Moms are at risk for pregnancy-related complications for a full year after their child is born. Spikes in blood pressure or dizziness are warnings of more serious problems. So make sure your doctor is someone you can talk to about any health issue.
If you really feel like you're not getting what you need, it is okay to look around and get a new doctor. I think that is part of advocating for yourself.
A checklist for moms-to-be can help both doctors and patients get on the same page.
And tomorrow on News Center Now, we'll take a closer look at the numbers in Maine, specifically for the infant mortality rate, which until recently had been on the rise.
All right, coming up, being on a search and rescue team is no walk in the woods. You definitely want to stick around for Chris Costa's story on that.
And there's this. This weekend weather, trash?
Oh, wow. Sounds great. Can't wait. All right, Dan, you're back in.
Before we bring him back in, I just want to say really quickly,
yes.
Patrick, if you're not interested in voting, then you can't complain about whoever's elected.
Okay. Ready for this one? Next trick.
All right, next trick. Pick a card, any card, whichever card you
Me?
want. Yeah, physically, just physically pick one.
All right. Queen, should I pull it out?
Yeah, physically pick. Okay, you could have chosen any card in the deck.
Right.
But you chose that card. And if you look at the back of my cards, they're all blank, right? But that's your special news center card. You know why that's your special news center card? Look at the back of your card. Is that your special news center card?
What?
What's up with that?
How do you do that?
Card. Don't know. You're magic. You picked it.
What just happened?
One card in the whole deck and you picked it. That was I did that for Denzel and said Denzel Washington on it.
I'm literally scratching my head over this.
How is that possible?
Yeah. It's magic.
Do we get to keep it?
Yeah, you get to keep it. Although I have seen a couple of things.
Here, keep it.
Can I have this forever? Wait, it's going to ruin your trick then for other people.
Just nobody will be able to pick the Queen of Hearts, that's all.
So I can do it for Lee.
Oh my God.
You got any card?
I want an 8. Can I have an 8?
You can have an 8.
Okay.
Okay, but that's the news center card, so that would be your card, Lee, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you picked any card in the deck, they're all blank, but that's your card, okay?
Yeah.
So is that your card? Oh, that's your card. That's your card.
Clearing out bags.
They don't always even have a
Oh my God! Okay, remember I said that Netflix series Magic for Humans?
What?
This is better.
I'm doing a story on Dan.
Great.
I'll be doing a story on Dan in the future. I've already done some stories with you before.
You guys should go around and like do tricks to people like in public and get their reactions.
You guys might remember because it was after Now had started. We did the story about you making the giant thank you David Ortiz
That
thing.
was, yeah.
And then you were able to get it to him, right?
I did, yeah. I went to this party and got him, and Mariano signed it, Gronk signed it.
I signed it.
You signed it, yep. Tom Karen signed it. There's other people from, all sorts of people signed it.
Yeah,
this is insane!
I can't even do this right now. Like, how is that?
I'm inspecting.
I want this one.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want your card.
You're the queen.
Of hearts. Oh my God.
Oh, next commercial break, there's more, kids.
This is
We
amazing.
should just do a half hour of Dan tricks and not even do news.
Oh
I don't
my
actually know what we're
God.
doing here. Is this a right out of break package? Oh boy. Keith's throwing stuff. Set it on, Keith.
We don't want to leave families wondering.
When a person goes missing in Maine's woods, it's all hands on deck. The Warden Service, along with the help of volunteers trained in specific search and rescue techniques, navigate Maine's most difficult terrains to find a lost person. These elite search and rescue teams, under the umbrella of the Maine Association of Search and Rescue, hope to make that crucial discovery before it's too late.
I'll put in a first aid kit.
Jim Bridge is a veteran of search and rescue.
You want to get there as fast as you can?
For decades, he's answered the phone no matter what time of night the call comes. He gathers his supplies.
GPS unit. We all have headlamps and wound bandages.
Preparing for a big if the moment they find the missing person.
Ibuterol inhaler. I hope the person's in my area. Gee, I hope I don't miss them.
A search for a lost person is no walk in the woods, trying to walk in a straight line, obstructed by large trees, downed limbs, and uneven surfaces, all while keeping eyes peeled for even the smallest clue and not getting lost themselves. Jim takes me through a very basic navigation, using a compass and GPS to cover 40 acres of woods.
I mean, how does this compare to, is this thick or not thick?
This is very, very wide open.
During two recent searches, one for a missing skydiving instructor and another for a missing woman, Kristen Westra, wardens needed help from certified search and rescuers like Jim to cover 16 times the area we walked through.
Searching for someone who's missing has to be done very methodically. It is in Kansas. We're not walking through fields and tall grass here. If you come to a really thick area in the woods, it's go through it, and because that could very likely be where the person is that we're looking for. So it's not an easy task.
Certified volunteer searchers found the body of 41-year-old Brett Bickford, the missing skydiving instructor from New Hampshire, in dense woods in Lebanon, Maine.
So we count on these people, the searchers with MESAR and other groups, pretty heavily.
Many on social media wondered why searchers did not find Westra first. For 4 days, wardens and volunteers scoured the wide search area, battling rain, wind, and thick vegetation, but also using drones, search dogs, and dozens of boots on the ground.
I know in the scheme of things, it's not like we're at Baxter State Park, but it's huge, dense, wooded area that we have to check.
2 children found Westra less than a mile from her home in their backyard. Searchers say they had planned to get to that area in the coming days.
It's easy to Monday morning quarterback. I think until you are on the ground, you don't completely comprehend what that level of work is like.
Wading through waist-deep water, crawling on hands and knees, or using dogs and even horses to track the scent of a missing person is worth the effort for these volunteers. Jim remembers finding a young man, cold and hungry, lost in the woods for days, the clock ticking.
That there's a young man wandering around Maine somewhere that wouldn't have been, that's huge. That's huge. It makes all of those long nights of not finding anybody worth it, because you never know. Might be my turn tonight.
The area that Jim and I searched was 2 lines through a 40-acre space. It took us 20 minutes one direction and 20 minutes back. But in a real search, searchers go through that same space 5 or 6 times. Then, in searches like Lebanon and Yarmouth, those searchers repeat that same area until they've covered 1 square mile, the distance of 484 football fields. Chris Costa, News Center, Maine.
Unreal. All right, quick update to our polls poll. We've asked you to vote all day. How much do campaign signs influence your vote? Overwhelmingly, not much at all. 95% of you saying not so much. Keep on voting till the end of our show.
Someone who I don't think is influenced by those signs, this guy.
Not often. And I had I had some campaign signs put out from Todd and I don't know if you remember this.
No, I didn't.
Do we have a...
We have it up on the board.
So
yeah.
I tried to get our promotions department to make these signs and plant them amongst the other signs because I thought it would give people like a good laugh. They said this is a great idea for social media, which means we're not paying for it. But
I think it's great. I would have put that on my lawn.
Doesn't Todd look like the more trustworthy candidate there?
It looks like Captain Hook drew that X over you with his hook.
We got a lot of smear campaigns you could run against me. A lot.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah,
why does that give me Captain Hook
From
vibes?
away. That could be another one. All right. Let's do some weather, shall we?
2022, man. I'm your campaign manager.
Then what am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah,
Keith's
no,
running
you're
for
out.
office. I'm way ahead of you on this.
You're
Can I
out.
be the advisor?
Isaac's going to get mad at you. You have to stop talking now.
He does know a lot of people. I will say that. Lee knows has a lot of connections. All right, temperatures today, 40s, even 30s, and we're going to drop off fast tonight. I changed these low temperatures and knocked off about 5 degrees in most spots. Teens in the mountains, 20s even along the coastline. Consistently, kind of statewide, the coldest night we've seen thus far, as everyone will dip below freezing. It'll be quiet tonight, although it will be cold, as we just talked about. Tomorrow is a sunny day, but temperatures are going to struggle. 30s here in the morning, and then we end up right around 40 degrees by the afternoon, despite all the sunshine, and then we go back down overnight Friday. As we head into Saturday, that's when our next storm system moves in. It begins, as most good storm systems do for us, down here in the Gulf and just across parts of Alabama and Georgia. That's the developing low that'll move up the eastern seaboard, move into the Atlantic, and eventually be a coastal low for us Saturday into Saturday afternoon. So hour-by-hour forecast shows you that you start off on Saturday in most places dry. Then some rain starts to move in along the coastline through Saturday mid-morning. It starts as snow, though, inland and certainly into the mountains. That rain-snow battle continues through midday and into the afternoon, where it tries to push back a pocket of cold air. Freiburg, Lewiston, just to the northwest of Augusta, will likely be your rain-snow line. Meanwhile, heavy downpours along the coastline of just plain rain. By Saturday night, the warm air is winning out, so we're pushing it up and up in elevation. Probably over 3,000 feet will be the snow line by the evening, and then by Sunday, it's just showers, but unfortunately the showers linger through at least the first half of Sunday. So on the whole, the weekend doesn't look very good. So mainly rain along the coastline. A flake early wouldn't shock me, but it's not going to be anything. Less than an inch in the pink shaded area means you will see some snow, but mainly accumulating on the grass, not on the roads. Then you get into your 1 to 3 zone here, and then 3 to 6 in some of the higher terrain, and maybe the top of the mountain will come in with 6. The rest of us will end up with 3 or 4. Another story here, guys, the winds, which will be kicking 45 to 50 miles an hour on Saturday night, and as is often the case, if we get to 55, we'll probably have some power outages. So other than that, the weekend looks great. Isolated shower on Monday. You will notice, Lee, that the temperatures are a lot more friendly next week, and the long-range signal is late October, early November is above average warmth, which doesn't mean 80s, but it does mean that we should stay a little bit warmer than we have been.
Perfect.
Good deal.
Take it.
Got it.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
guys, we absolutely love this video. Check it out. This is a dog named Stella, and when she gets out of the car, she just goes head first into this massive pile of leaves.
Stella's getting her groove back. She lives in Freeport. She's got a love for leaves, and she has 123,000 followers on her Instagram page, Dog Named Stella. That number will clearly grow after this.
Oh, I love her so much.
All right, we're dropping some brain when we come back.
That video, man. Liam, you tweeted that. That was a great find.
Such a great video.
And I was like, there's no way this is in Maine. No way. And what do you know?
In Maine.
Stella lives in Maine.
Danny, you out of tricks? You got one more. All right, one more for the road, kids. Final break of the show.
Norm.
We'll use both of you guys. Okay?
Oh,
okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we'll let Lady go first. Is red or blue? Pick a color.
Blue.
Blue. You're stuck with red.
Perfect.
Now pick a queen of any suit.
Got it.
Spade.
Okay, tell us. No, we let him go first. This
Oh,
time.
sorry.
Yeah.
Spades.
Spades. All right. So he picked spade, and you pick. He picked a black queen. Now you pick a red queen. Diamonds or hearts?
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay. I didn't tell you guys what to pick. It was all random, right? So you picked the queen of what?
Diamonds.
Queen of diamonds. Okay. But what color did you pick?
Blue.
Blue. So this should be a blue card, right? And you picked the queen of what?
Spades.
Spades. And that should be
red.
The red card. And then look, flip your cards over. Well, if you hadn't chosen anything else. No jokers.
I want to show them.
Oh.
You guys, he's good.
Oops, he did it again. I can't.
Good job, guys.
You guys, you're the real deal.
Dan's coming in every night now. Dana's going to be a regular part of our cast. My goodness gracious.
Wow. That was unbelievable. That's brain drops right there. My mind was just blown. My brain dropped.
I'm having a brain. All right.
Was it a while ago?
This was at the Denzel.
All right, what is brain drops today?
It is about how Europe is having a measles outbreak.
Oh, could that come here?
Nobody was just like, you gotta come to my birthday party. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
Oh God, you're gonna get.
Have you ever tried out for like America's Got
All
Talent?
right.
I don't think he likes it to be in
They have a magician won this year.
I know, he was excellent.
He was really good. Like up close hand magic where you had
Oh, it was crazy.
no idea
Yeah.
what was going
And
on.
this, like, marker disappeared right in front of you. It was cool.
But
Awesome.
good job, man.
That was awesome.
Every one of them so far.
My mind is blown. How long have you been doing this for?
I used to do it when I was a kid.
As a kid?
In the last few years, I do it more when I meet celebrities. It's just,
Yeah.
Instead of asking somebody for an autograph.
So let's ask his wife. Do you get annoyed by the tricks? Yeah.
You
I already
do?
knew the answer. I knew the answer in advance. That's why I wanted to ask the question.
Oh my God.
Part
Unbelievable.
of being married, really. You know? Here we go. All right, today's, are we doing the pulse poll? No, okay. Today's brain drops is, I don't know if you heard about this, starting in August, there was a big measles outbreak in Europe, and a lot of people, doctors and CDC are warning it could come to America, and one of the reasons for that, of course, is that we've had less and less vaccinations lately. Let's show you this map if we can. Hopefully we have the map, or this is going to be a tough story to tell. There are only 18 states, there we go.
There we go.
There are only 18 states that allow non-medical opting out of certain vaccines. Maine is one of them, and you can see that we've actually got a relatively high instance of unvaccinated children and adults over southern Maine in particular. So this is all just to say that what's going on in Europe certainly could happen here. We just need to be careful about what we're doing here because we eradicated it in a lot of countries and it has now come back because of the lack of herd immunity and whatnot. So Maine is one of the vulnerable states, Pennsylvania another one. These all illegal to do that. So we'll see where that goes from the future. Hopefully nowhere.
Hopefully
nowhere.
But we're going somewhere. We're going to News Center Maine at 5:30 because it starts right now. All right, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Facebook. Thanks, Conley family.
Bye, guys.
Dan does have family here, but they don't do tricks. So.